आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः।
ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। ॐ पार्थाय नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भवद्वेषिणी। आवरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः सुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। We have to see the Bhashya, I think. Of this particular verse. One second. Okay. Verse 34. इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्नवशमागच्छेत् तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ. Beautiful verse. And laying to rest, attempting to lay to rest the quintessential question of which is the reality, or what is the connection between Purushartha and Prarabdha, free will and whatever is one's nature. Nature means karma, Prarabdha, based on whatever tendencies given by Prakriti, and so Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, etc. So this verse puts an end to that, because indriyasya arthe, pratindriya arthe, that which is for every indriya. Every indriya is corresponding, as we saw, to a particular sense object. Every sense organ is corresponding to a sense object. And what does it do? It responds to the objects of the senses in twofold way. What are the twofold way? I love, I hate. Ishta, anishta, raga, dvesha. No, but what about the things to which I am neutral? That should also be a category. Neutral is because you don't know it very well. Yeah. Go have a coffee with it, and then soon it will come into either of those categories, love or hate. So that's why only those two are talked about here. And neutral means you either have to you have to become a sadhu, then you can be neutral to everything. Yeah, you have to overcome the raga dveshas, manage them, and then become a sadhu, and then you can be neutral to all of them. Then, so indriya raga dvesha vyavasthita, this vyavastha is called Ishvara Srishti, Ishvara's creation. God has made the mind capable of having raga dveshas, not only capable but pursuing raga dveshas. Bhagavan's creation. In every head, what will be there? Raga dvesha will be there. In every head, raga dvesha is there. This is Ishvara Srishti. And then, what is Jiva Srishti? What is my contribution? Thinking I am helpless in the face of Ishvara Srishti and I am going to go whichever way I am led. This is not quite true, because you have more of a free will. And what is that free will? The free will includes not to go along with the raga dveshas. There is a free will there. Raga dveshas created, yes, Ishvara Srishti. Free will is what? Ishvara Srishti. Free will is also given. Donkey doesn't have free will. That's why it will kick everybody indiscriminately. Yeah, even if sadhu stands in front of donkey, behind donkey, what will the sadhu get? A big kick. You don't scold the donkey, you scold the sadhu. Why did you stand behind this donkey, we have to say? Because the donkey doesn't accrue karma. Karma is accrued how? By the operation of the free will, and the free will is given, and this given free will, the whole idea of spiritual pursuit is to let this given free will override the given raga dveshas. That is what this verse is saying. But why should I? Raga dveshas are given, let them be however they are. One day I go here, one day I go there, one day I don't go anywhere at all. Let me be however I am. So before some people came to this ashram, that's how everybody was. Correct? And if it's working for you, what can we say? Ayushman Bhava. Have a long life. Yes, please continue. If it's working for you, we are not going to come in the way. We don't have a pressure to teach. We don't have a pressure to quote unquote convert or proselytize everyone to become a Vedantin. Actually, that's funny, because Vedanta is what? You. How can anybody convert you to become you? There is no this. But still, we don't. In fact, every Upanishad teaches the teachers. What do the Upanishads say? Do not give this knowledge unless it is asked for. It has to be asked for. And because if people are not interested, we are wasting our own time, and poor things, we are wasting their time also. The time that could be spent doing whatever they were doing without disturbing them, we should be. So that means the people who are here means not in this room, but here means in the realm of trying to make some kind of a change in their life. That means that they have understood that being quartered by the raga dveshas, like the raga dveshas are like two horses going in different directions, and the hands are tied to both the horses, means what? The person will be halved or quartered. So one understands that being helplessly in the sway of ragadveshas is not a good way to live. When does one understand it? After 3-4 marriages. Yes, yeah, one understands. Because the second one was also just like the first one. Correct? Only the person looked different, that's all. Same issues. The third one, different destination, had a destination wedding, went somewhere, got married. And marriage number 3 was a mix of marriage number 1 and 2. Yeah, so then after that, Vedanta, I'm tired of following the ragadveshas, I need to do something different. That kind of a thought comes. But then along with that thought, the dejection also comes. I am helpless. See, I have been studying Gita for 1.5 months. My ragadveshas haven't changed. Dejection can come. And so, this is a insider talk. This is not for everybody random. It's for people who have decided to make a change but feel unable to and want to know how this verse is being given. Indriyasya arthe. Arthe means for the sake of this, for the sake of every indriya, the ragadveshas are already kept. Very quickly we say, I love this, I hate this. And then this is all karma based, samskara based. You see the small child, 6 months old, and then you met the child, your niece, nephew, somebody for the first time, and you went and held the child because you were so much looking forward to meeting this child, you couldn't wait. And then the child takes one look at you, scrunches up its little face, and it has been blessed with the best pair of lungs on this side of the equator, and then it just belts out a loud cry. What is that? I don't know you, I don't like you, I don't know who you are. It's a mixture of dvesha, fear, whatever it be. And such a small thing. And that same child, let's say you go with your friend, it is your niece that you are trying to hold, and the niece gives you this kind of a welcome, the 6-month-old niece. You go with your friend also holds the arms out, the child happily goes, sits and starts to smile. What happened here? It should be smiling at me, it is connected to me. But still, even in this small child, you can see raga dveshas. Then again, let us fast forward 3 more months. Now the child is eating solid food and the mother gives something, mixes dal, rice and ghee, khichdi, and then feeds the child. Immediately what? Fountain, yeah. And then what else? Somebody else gives it a nice piece of chocolate. Nicely it goes in. Some sugary thing, honey, anything. That will not go foo outside, no. Only things which it doesn't like. So like this, the raga dveshas are well entrenched even in a young child. When did it learn? How did it learn? In the last 3 months, it was just busy trying to figure out how to turn around on its tummy and bat its hands and legs. That's all it was doing. How did it learn ragadveshas? Answer, it did not learn. It brought along with itself. This is Prakriti. This is Prakriti Vasha. And so, Shreyan, no, that's the next one. So here, Indriyasya arthe ragadveshau vyavasthitau tayor vasham na agachet tau hi asya paripanthinau. And then the Bhashya, I don't think we have seen. Have we seen the Bhashya fully? Yeah. Tatra, this much we saw. Sarvendriyanam arthe shabdadi vishaye ishte ragah anishte dveshah iti evam pratindriyarthe ragadveshau avashyam bhavinau. Very nice word he has used. Avashyam bhavi, very favorite word of Adi Shankara, and you find it in the Kathopanishad Bhashya also, for that Ritam pibantau sukrutasya loke. Therefore, that bhashya, the word avashyam bhavi. Avashya means helplessly, inevitably. Avashya. Avashaha means not under one's control. Avashya. Same thing, not under one's control. Why? Because it is necessarily to be so. Bhavi, bhavati iti bhavin. That which is, that which definitely is going to be in this way is called avashyam bhavi. This expression is very common and is used for karma. Avashyam bhavi. So, like avashya is used for other things also. Avashya karyam means must be necessarily done as part of the ritual. Avashya pachyam, this food has to be cooked for this ritual for sure. Other things you can cook, but this has to be offered. And this is avashyam bhavi. In some cases the ma is elided, in some cases it is not. And so here the ma is not elided, avashyam bhavi. And so this avashyam bhavinau, avashyam bhavinau, dual. Why dual? Raga dveshau, avashyam bhavinau. Raga and dvesha are what? Avashyam bhavi. Both of them. Why? Because it is karmic. So he wants to bring in the sense of karma. Ragaha, he says, attraction, ishta, anything you like, anishta, dveshaha. In this way, this is the setup as one comes into the world. Tatra ayam purushakarasya shastrarthasya cha vishaye uchyate. So here in the matter, Vishaya means subject matter. In the subject matter, in the matter of these two topics, what are the topics? Free will, Purushakara, and then Shastrartha, meaning the way of the Shastra, whatever the Shastra is telling, this is being examined here. Uchyate, this is going to be told. And what is going to be told? Adi Shankara explains. Shastrarthe pravrittaha purvameva ragadveshayoho vasham na agachet. This is what I explained in the beginning of the class. That this verse is not for the people who are outside of this ashram or any other Vedanta circles. This is for people who have understood and have become that Ragadvesha following is not the way, and not only that, they have made a reversal, they have made a U-turn, meaning you have turned back to yourself. You have made a U-turn, and then because of that U-turn, what are you doing now? You are wanting to no longer be in the helpless clutches of the Ragadveshas. For them alone this verse is given. This is what is the purport of this next line. Shastrarthe pravrittaha. Pravrittaha means oriented towards. Oriented towards what? Towards assimilating the vision of the Shastra. Shastrasya artha. So, Purvam eva, before coming to this, pravrittaha, the one who is abhimukhaha. Pravrittaha means abhimukhaha, oriented towards. Before this orientation came, then only the person should have given up the ragadvesha compulsion, at least mentally. Physically, it is difficult perhaps in the day-to-day life, but mentally has come to the conclusion, this is not the way to go anymore. I am sick. What are you sick of? Ragadvesha. I am sick of being, lassoed. You know how they put one lasso and bring that animal? Like that, I am sick of being lassoed by the Ragadveshas. I am the animal. The lasso is coming on to me. I am being driven this side, that side. I am sick of being under the control of Ragadveshas. So saying, the person should have made a sankalpa before coming to this Shastra itself. So then that Shastra will speak to such a person, because the person understands, I don't want to be a helpless slave of the Ragadveshas. So then, before itself, the sankalpa, the intentionality will be there, not to come under the spell of ragadveshas. That is whom for whom this verse is given. Yahi purushasya prakriti. Whatever is the person's tendency, prakriti here is tendency, sa ragadvesha purassara eva swakarye purusham pravartayati. So, otherwise what happens? So, this is the otherwise scenario. If what was said in the previous page, at the bottom of the previous page is not done, meaning the sankalpa of not coming under the ragadveshas has not been taken, then what is the danger? Yahi purushasya prakriti. Whatever be the person's tendency. What is that? That is ragadvesha purassara. Purassara means the ragadveshas are the horses that lead the chariot of this person. Meaning it will fall in a ditch, that's all. It will fall in a ditch. So yahi, this thing called prakriti, this thing called the quote unquote swabhava, whatever one's swabhava, whatever one's previous karma, whatever one's this tendency to follow the ragadveshas, they lead you to, the ragadveshas lead you forward. That is why you have to be ahead of the ragadveshas, it was told in the previous page. Otherwise, if the ragadveshas lead you forward, what will happen is given here. Swakarye purusham pravartayati. So it will take you to things in whatever you are supposed to do. You are going towards your performance of your duties, and then the ragadveshas are ahead of you, so they lead you away from your own duty, and then where do they put you? To some other person's duty. Something else is much better, and the job has much better pay. This one has much better opportunities. All this is going to be made clear in the very next verse, very famous verse also. But now the thing is that the costs of not managing the ragadveshas or not having an intention to manage the ragadveshas is given here, that one can slip away from whatever one's destination is, whatever one's goal in life is, because one is attracted to some other thing that somebody else has. You look around, oh, this person is my age. I am slogging here in this office. No, I am not getting promotion. But this fellow is working in this company, already has 3 promotions, making twice as much as me. What should I do? Leave my job and go there. That is the tendency which is here. That's all that you see. You don't see the commute, you don't see the mental, whatever, hassle. You don't see that there may be no job satisfaction. You don't see that is a company of go-getters, and you don't know either how to go or to get. You don't know. Yeah. You are better off in an ashram, but still somehow decided to join the workforce. You neither know how to go nor to get, and then you want to join this go-getter company. It is not the right one for you, but still it shines as the right one. Why? Ragadvesha purassaraha santaha. These people are led by the ragadveshas. The ragadveshas are in front, you are behind, means it's like they are leading you. It's like when the dog takes you for a walk. Yeah, you say you are taking the dog for a walk. Who is in front most of the time? You are not in front. The person is not in front. Dog is in front. So similarly, the ragadveshas are in front. And so then, swakarye purusham pravartayati tada swadharma parityagaha paradharma anushtanam cha bhavati. The danger of keeping the ragadveshas alive and having them decide your goal and decide how to go about it means that whatever you're supposed to do, whatever you are whatever is good for you to do, wherever you have been placed to do something, that you leave, and then somebody else's, some other area starts to shine as favorable, wonderful. This is what I should do. This is the danger. Yada punah ragadveshau tat pratipakshena niyamayati tada shastra drishtihi eva purushaha bhavati na prakriti vashaha. Then again, yada punah, when the person ragadveshau tat pratipakshena niyamayati manages. When the person manages, so this purusha, when the purusha manages, when the person manages the ragadveshas, how to manage the ragadveshas? Tat pratipakshena, by cultivating the opposite, not ragadvesha drishti. What is to cultivate? Shastra drishtya. Shastra drishti is the opposite of what? Ragadvesha drishti. Drishti means orientation, view, vision. So ragadvesha's view is the opposite of Shastra's view. Shastra here means Karma Yoga. That's what is in the thing here. Karma Yoga leading to the view of the Shastra, vision of the Shastra, that you are whole, limitless, free. That is the vision. A vision of no division. That is the vision. So this Shastra's view is given up for what? Ragadvesha view. And if the Ragadvesha view is there, then Shastra's view cannot be there, because both are opposed to one another. So how to subjugate the ragadveshas, how to overcome the ragadveshas, how to have mastery over the ragadveshas, by oneself one cannot. So all this teaching of Karma Yoga, Ishwararpana Buddhi, dedicating action to Ishvara, seeing Ishvara as the doer, receiving the results of action as prasada with glad acceptance, and wanting nothing out of the action other than self-growth. These are the components of Karma Yoga. This is Shastra Drishti here. So Shastra Drishtya, if I have this Drishti, then the Ragadveshas go to sleep. They are bored. They don't like Shastra. You start talking Shastra, the Ragadvesha goes like this, And then soon they are in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And so this way you put them to sleep by having a spiritual routine in your life, where everything you do is an offering, whatever you give is a prayer, whatever you get is prasada. Everything you do is a prayer. The attitude with which the action is done is prayerful. So whatever you get becomes what? Prasada. This is Shastra Drishti. When Shastra Drishti is, when the Ragadvesha Drishti is eschewed and the Shastra Drishti is adopted, Ragadveshas go away. They are mastered. They no longer have a say over the ways of this sadhaka. Tada Shastra Drishtihi eva purushaha bhavati. So then the Shastra Drishti prevails. Na prakriti vashaha. No more is the person under the subjugation of the prakriti. Sattva, rajas, tamas, previous karma, and then likes, dislikes, all of them are included here. Tasmat, therefore, tayoho, ragadveshayoho, vasham na agachet. The advice is given in the 34th verse. Please do not come under the spell of the ragadveshas. Why? Yataha, because tauhi asya purushasya paripanthinau. Paripanthinau means the what is that? They are inimical. They are the pratibandhakarakau. They are putting obstacles in your path to moksha. That is what is going to be telling. Shreyo margasya Vignakartarau. Tasmat, therefore, tayoho means ragadveshayoho. For these ragadveshas, as far as these ragadveshas are concerned, do not come under their spell. Yataha, because they are paripanthinau, means obstructors on the path. Obstacles on the path. What kind of path? He is explaining Shreyo Margasya, the path of Shreyas. What is the path of Shreyas? Moksha. Path of Moksha. Vignakartarau. They are Vignakarta. Vignakartarau. Vignakartru. Karta, Kartarau, Kartarah. This is the agent now. So, Vignakartarau, dual, they are obstacle makers. How? Taskarau iva. Beautiful thing here he says, like even thieves. Taskara means thieves. In the Sri Rudram it comes. Taskaranam pataye namaha. Oh, I am saying namaha to the mafia boss? No. No. Taskaranam patihi means the only one who will forgive even the taskaras when they see their wrongdoing and repent. Unto that forgiving presence, namaha. Unto that merciful presence, namaha. You are not saying to the kingpin of all the thieves. No, thief of all the thieves. Now that will be like an academic understanding of Vedanta, not Shastrik. So, here, like thieves. So, what do the thieves do? Especially in ancient times, the people would have to cross from one village to another. Between villages, unlike now, between villages, what was there? Thick forests. Now all the forests are gone. But in those days, the forests were there, and the forests were hiding place for these robbers, and they would catch. The same thing happened to poor Narada also. He was caught by Valmiki. So they will catch, and then they will say, give all your money. Nobody is ready to give their money. So they turn them upside down and shake them out. So all the money falls from the upside down pockets, and then kill them and then go. This is what the Taskaras do. Or even if they don't kill, they relieve the person of all the possessions. But why Taskaras? Why robbers? So what robbers? I am after all mumukshu. I don't have money. I don't have anything. How can Ragadveshas rob me? Mumukshu has a lot of embellishments, alankara. And the Ragadveshas are like thieves. What does the mumukshu have? Chudamani in the form of Shraddha. The head ornament is shining in the form of Shraddha. Kundalau. The 2 earrings are Viveka Vairagya. And then what? The locket is mumukshutvam. And various malas, anklets, armlets, what else? Bracelets. Yeah, all those are Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. And you haven't stolen these jewels. You have worked very, 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 very hard to get these jewels. And after a lot of tapas, you have gained these jewels, proudly you are putting them on, and happily you are walking on the path of dharma leading to moksha. Along come these 2 Ragadveshas, one from this side, one from that side, puts a sack on the head and makes off with all the jewels, leaving you bereft, lost, disoriented. So then, what is a mumukshu on the path of moksha without these embellishments in the form of qualifications for this knowledge? Nothing. And then so, the person by default starts to drop away from the Shreyo Marga, because the Shreyo Marga, the path of knowledge, the path of karma yoga leading to the path of knowledge, or the path of knowledge directly, whichever one chooses, is fraught with danger for those who are unprepared. For those who are prepared, then it is very, very easy. If you have all these embellishments, it's almost like you have that password. Wherever you go, you have the password. It's like, how is that? You go on the highway, toll highway, and then there is something stuck to the windshield of the car, and then some kind of fast going something, and then it reads it and allows you. And those who don't have it have to stop and pay exact change and get the change back and all these things and go. So these embellishments in the form of qualifications for this knowledge is what equips you to delight in being in this marga, delight in the knowledge, delight in karma yoga, delight in this, in watching yourself transform, in watching yourself change, in watching yourself get more and more ready for this knowledge, in watching your understanding grow over days. Then this one is, once the embellishments are snatched away, then the person is as though lost. The Shreyo Marga no longer shines, and then they get very distracted and then decide to become thieves themselves along with the Ragadveshas. That's what happens. And so very beautifully talked about here. Taskarau iva. And so tatra, next verse introducing, tatra ragadvesha prayuktaha manyate शास्त्रार्थमपि अन्यथा परधर्मोपि धर्मत्वात् अनुष्ठेयः एव इति तत् असत्. It's a little bit of a roundabout construction. Tatra ragadvesha prayuktah manyate. So in this context, manyate, a person can think. Manyate, can think what? Who is this person? Ragadvesha prayuktah, impelled by the ragadveshas. One can think. And then one can think how? Shastrartham api, anyatha api. So one might understand the, even though it is the purport of the Shastra, one can understand it oppositely, in an opposite manner, wrongly. Shastrartham api anyatha. So paradharma api dharmatvat. So two things are given here. Even though it is the vision of the Shastra is wrongly understood. Why? Because instead of you studying the vision, who is studying the vision? Ragadveshas are studying the vision, and they come to their own conclusion because they have not been subdued. And or anyatha paradharma api dharmatvat, even, and therefore come to the conclusion by saying that other person's duty can also be my duty. Anushteyah eva iti, conclusion. This I have to perform. See, this is called self-delusion. So verse 35 is to get us out of self-delusion. What is self-delusion? You think you are doing the right thing, but you are not. Very dangerous, because you are convinced you are doing the right thing. You are not only convinced you are doing the right thing, you want to start a movement. That's how convinced you are. But you yourself are wrong, and so here the danger of this is given when the Shastrartha is bent to one's own convenience. And we do this all the time. Even in rituals we do this. Because if you want to do an elaborate puja, you have to have all kinds of things. You have to have a seat for the goddess. If you're doing goddess puja, then you have to have a vastram, new clothes. Then you have to have gold and diamond jewelry. Where are you going to get it from? So therefore there is a hack. What is the hack? Asanartham akshatan samarpayami. And then what else? Abharanartham Akshatan samarpayami. And the person is stingy, too stingy, even in a tropical place, not to buy flowers. Okay? Pushpartham akshatan samarpayami. And then what else? Upavit. Yeah, you are supposed to give the sacred thread. Sacred threadartham akshatan samarpayami. And let's say you call the priest, Dakshinartham akshatan samarpayami. Don't do that, okay? Yeah. So, like this, the person, there is a hack. There is a hack, and then we tell ourselves two things. Everybody is doing it. You go to anybody's house puja, you nod happily, yes, akshatan samarpayami, and you get a few ideas. Oh, they did it for that also. I can also extend this akshata philosophy to this. Akshata means yellow rice, which is, this whole rice which is anointed with ghee and turmeric, used for sanctifying and blessing things. And so this I am giving, because what is that? It is protected from kshati. Kshati means downfall of any kind. So then it is there forever. So this is what I am giving you. And so this way there are hacks. There are hacks even in yajna. And there is a hack even in chaturmasya. Chaturmasya means 4 months. 4 months the sadhu, as a vrata, as a vow of injury, ahimsa, is supposed to stay in one place. When does this 4 month come? Monsoon. And then 4 months you are supposed to go somewhere and stay there and not move from there. And why? Because in the rainy season, small creepy crawlies come. And if you are a sadhu, you have given your life to ahimsa, you don't kill anything, and so you don't go places where you can kill small animals. This is the idea. Then the sadhus thought, oh, I'm away from my ashram. Then it became some kind of a fun thing to do. It was like a little sadhu retreat. You would go where? To the ashram of another friend sadhu and stay there. Then the sadhus would think perhaps, oh, I am away from my ashram, it's already been so this thing. Then they found out this hack. Paksho vai masaha means from now on, let us consider a fortnight as 1 month. So if a fortnight is 1 month, paksha means fortnight, either the bright half or the dark half of the waxing, waning moon, etc. So now, paksho vai masaha means every 15 days let us take it to be 1 month. So now chaturmasya is what? That vrata is reduced to 2 months now. Like this, there are hacks everywhere. And then some of these hacks which we are talking about are accepted by the Shastra because they are harmless. They are harmless. And perhaps the 2 months is okay with all this global warming and the monsoon shortening, etc. It might be all right also. Who knows? But then there are certain other things where we can delude ourselves. These are accepted hacks by the Shastra. But then if I start doing my own things, my own thinking, and start rationalizing based on the acceptable, what I think is acceptable. I hate my job. Why? Because you are making more money in your job. I hate my job because you are making more money. You have got more promotions. And we did everything together. So why not I also change the job? But then when you change the job, the person finds that it is the least suited, the one that was there was better. Same thing with the second and the third marriage, same thing with the second and the third house, so many things. And so this is a complete reversal of the ancient Indian system of being contented wherever you are placed, because where you are placed is Bhagavan, is a manifestation of Bhagavan. It doesn't mean that you don't have any ambition. It doesn't mean that you don't want to change your circumstances. If you can, please change. No problem. But we are talking of the places and times that you can't. If you can't change, then what is the point of trying to change it? Tell me? Nothing. So this is what is going to be talked about here, that one might rationalize for financial means, for more comforts, or because one is wanting money. The heart wants to be an artist, but then who will give money to artists? No one. Okay? And so therefore what? The heart wants to be an artist and the dharma is there to be an artist, but maybe you can make some small money, but nobody is happy with small money, and so therefore one wants to get ahead. So in India, the whole society was geared for zero competition. Everybody's focus was on moksha. So it doesn't matter what you did, you were trying to prepare for moksha. That's all you were doing the whole of your life. Now it is not like that. And now we are very much following the competitive society. You have this much, I want to have at least double, maybe have hopefully triple of what you have. Like this, if the thinking is, then there is a danger, and that is what is going to be described here. And what is the danger? The danger of thinking that another dharma is better for me, and this is the danger. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtitat swadharme nidhanam shreyah paradharmo bhayavahah Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtitat swadharme nidhanam shreyah paradharmo bhayavahah. Yeah, people think, generally that people in India are passive. We are not passive. We are given to Bhagavan. This is what it is. And yes, some laziness also gets swept under the rug because of that. And that is what this verse is going to talk about. And it has already talked about. But the chapter has already talked about that laziness should not be there. Tandra should not be there, it was already discussed. But there is a certain, see, if the focus is moksha, then all these other relative temporary goals, what are the goals? Making more money, having more comfort, having more friends, influencing more people, all this doesn't matter. That's not what I am after. What am I after? Clean, shuddha antahkarana. That is what I am after. So, therefore, if the focus is that, doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter what kind of a relationship you are in, doesn't matter what kind of a past you had, doesn't matter where you are placed, you continue to perfect yourself regardless of your circumstances. That is the idea. And we find this even in, elderly people who have been married for like 60 years, 50 years, arranged marriage. They probably did not even see each other till the day they got married. And what? They probably did not even get along. But they never thought. They never, spent. You won't even in now, if you have grandparents or people like that, you just say, you will never hear them say, I think we need to work on our relationship. Grandma telling grandpa. In India, it will never happen. Yeah, perhaps in other places too. I think we should spend more time together. Grandma does not want to spend more time with grandpa, okay? Yeah. She has a sweet life. Yeah, with her friends, and she does her own thing, he does his own thing. And once in a while at lunchtime, they see each other. You're still alive. Okay, all right. Yeah. That's all it is. The marriage is successful. It's not a failed marriage. Why is it successful? Because it has been outgrown. That is a successful marriage according to the Hindu Shastra. That is Vanaprastha. The gist of it is this only. The need for one another has been outgrown. either because of maturity or inner maturity, or because of outer circumstances. Oh, this person is intolerable. Let me grow up quickly and not need this person. Yeah, you outgrow the person. You outgrow the need for the person. In the process, what? You have become a better person. You have more Shraddha, more Bhakti, more Jignasa. You are ready for moksha. What about the other person? We are not bothered. Yeah, they are still alive. That's all it happens. And so, if moksha is the goal, the whole life looks very different. You are not always butting heads. I want to change this, I want to do this from morning to night. This is what one is doing in the world. This is like two bulls with the horns, butting heads all the time. This is not there. This will be fine. And then even in India, if you go to some, you are all very upset. Oh, this has to happen before 5 p.m., before the offices close, I have to get this, That person is not worried. That person will give you some free philosophy also, Gita philosophy. If it's supposed to be, it will happen. They will start telling you, don't worry. Come tomorrow. How can I come tomorrow? Today is the last day. If it's supposed to be, if it's meant to be, it will happen. No, come tomorrow, we'll see. Like this, in India, people come to India not to see Taj Mahal, but to understand Ishvara. Really, that's the only reason to come to India. To get rid of some karma, which goes in the first few months, because of diarrhea and other things, some karma goes. And then, after that, you come here to purify yourself and get ready for what? Moksha. There is no better place than get ready for moksha, because here not anybody's free will reigns. It's only Bhagavan's will reigns. Really here. That's what it is. And so, in this verse, Shreyan means Prashasya Taraha, means it is better. Swadharmo Vigunaha means one's own dharma, whatever is one's place and one's duty in life, that Vigunaha means imperfectly done. Vigunaha. So, imperfectly done one's own dharma is better, Shreyan, Paradharmat Su Anushtitat. Better than following somebody else's dharma perfectly. Swadharme nidhanam shreya. It is better to die performing one's own dharma, discharging one's own duties, fulfilling one's own kartavya. Paradharmaha bhayavaha. The other person's duties are not very comfortable. In fact, they are bhayavaha, means not fearful but dangerous. Dangerous in terms of what? Taking one away from moksha. That is the only danger here. Okay, so that is the meaning of this verse. Let us see the Bhashya, because we have discussed this a lot. We have discussed the understanding of this concept a lot. Shreyan prashasya taraha swaha dharmaha vigunaha api vigata gunaha api anushthiyamanaha. Anushthiyamanaha, that which is performed. How? Vigata gunaha. From guna here, don't think sattva, rajas, tamas. Guna means any kind of accomplishments, qualities. So, free of all qualities means badly done. Yeah. So, badly done, free of all the qualities, vigataha gunaha yasmat, that is vigunaha. So, swadharmaha, one's own duties badly performed. Duties means what? How to negotiate the everyday life. That is the duty. How to negotiate. And what is there to negotiate? Like you get up in the morning, so many things come at you, so many people are there. How do you deal with people? You don't come with an instruction booklet other than chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita. That is as close to the instruction booklet as we will get. And the other person also doesn't come with an instruction booklet. You don't come with a script. Okay, in this situation I have to say this. In fact, you don't know what to say. You are standing like that headlight deer in the headlight. You are going like this. How could this person say this to me? How did they? I thought they were my friend. I thought they are also studying Vedanta. How could they do this to me? You are in shock. And then you don't know what your lines are supposed to be. You know your lines, but you can't say them. And then you feel like saying somebody else's lines. That is what comes at that time. Maybe you saw it in a movie. In this movie, the hero said something very profound, and then it just shut up everybody else. I'm going to do my own version of that. But then what happens here? That doesn't work at all. Why? Because it's not you. It's not your response. It is a canned response from some other situation which does not fit here. It's better in this situation to say, right now I'm kind of struck. Let me come back with a response later. Better to do that. Let's discuss later, because right now I don't know. I'm kind of gobsmacked. I don't know what to say. I'm feeling like a deer under the headlights of a car. I don't know what to do. Better to say that than try to have a bravado and then try to get away with something which is not you. You means, again, whatever your response is, whatever you have cultivated as your value systems, your dharma, and then how that dharma sits on you, all these things, your swadharma, all these things. And so, even if your own dharma is badly performed, in the moment you don't know what to say, or you say something hurtful by mistake, it is still better than paradharmat swanushthitat sadgunyena sampaditadapi. Even though the other dharma you have done performed to the T, it is less meritorious than your own dharma, even badly done. This is very, very important, because the focus on the focus in the Hindu tradition is not on rights, it is on duty. The duty of the husband, or the nicely performed, automatically guarantees the rights of the wife, and vice versa. The duties of the parents guarantee the rights of the children. In the West, we don't have this concept of duty. We have the concept of rights. And then my rights have been violated. So we have all kinds of rights. What are the rights? Human rights, women rights, animal rights, all these things. And then each time they are violated, you have to run to the state. You have to put a lawsuit. It becomes a very litigious culture. You have to keep putting lawsuit. But here, it is based on the individual. I do my duty. Naturally, there is harmony, because you are happy, you do your duty, I am happy, and this way the whole society progresses. And that's why the focus on this duty is actually a very miraculous contribution of this Upanishad and the Bhagavad Gita, because in doing your duty, in not abandoning what you have to do, you grow. And the growth itself matters here. Nothing else matters. How you did the duty doesn't matter as much as the growth you got from it. And so, even if you are badly performing the role of son or daughter, badly performing means what? Whatever I say is wrong. Somebody came and told me this recently. Whatever I say to my parents is wrong. I said, then what did you do? I stopped talking. Oh, I said, that's a very good idea. That's also wrong. So, one feels like I'm doing something wrong. I'm not doing this properly. But really, even in what you think is improperly done, it is performing the job of growing you up. And that is what matters here. And therefore, to keep changing the duties all the time is not going to afford you the opportunity to overcome the raga dveshas. So therefore, you keep at whatever you have been given. You first learn to do it complainingly. Yes, this is how. First you don't do it at all. Then you do it how? Why I have to do? Why that person doesn't have to do? Why only I get this? Complainingly. Just like whatever comes is prasada, Prasada is, I suppose, translated as what? Glad acceptance. There is neither gladness nor acceptance here in the beginning. And later on, there is acceptance, and then gladness is yet to come. Finally, gladness also comes. So here also, complainingly one does the duty. Why I have to do, why I have to do, why I have to do. Then later on, cheerfully one does one duty. And then later on, that duty becomes you, pun intended. There is no difference between you and what you are doing. And then I said earlier also, in Milton's Paradise Lost, there is a, what is that? There is a line, they also serve who only stand and wait. Maybe that is the job. You just stand and wait, and that is your duty. But that is also a seva, that's also a service. Pujya Swamiji used to give a very good example. In a complex machinery, there are moving parts, piston, and then wheel, and then there is a stationary part. What is that? Nut. Yes, the nut that is supposed to sit still. What is the duty of the nut? To sit still. The piston makes fun. While the piston is moving, it looks at the nut and says, see. The wheel also, the chakra also makes fun of the nut. See, I am moving, look at you, what are you doing? Nothing. You are not doing anything. At first the nut says, well, I am supposed to just be here, I am supposed to sit still. But then it comes under the spell of what? Paradharma. Everything is moving, I should also move. First it tries clockwise, nothing happens. Then it tries anti-clockwise. Whee, something is happening, I am also moving. And then what happens? Whole machine comes crashing down. Why? Because we knew this was a nut. That's why. Yeah, total nut. And so, like this, there is a grace in accepting whatever one is meant to do. Even if whatever one is meant to do is not completely, adequately clear, it will become clear. And until then, I just keep doing whatever I can do, however I can do, I keep doing. That is the idea. So, then anushthiyamanaha sadgunyena sampaditat swadharme sthitasya. For the one who is remaining in swadharma, nidhanam api shreyah. It is better to just die doing one's dharma than what? Paradharme sthitasya jivitat. To be alive while performing the dharma of another. Paradharmaha bhayavaha, dangerous. And how is the word bhayavaha formed? Bhayam avahati. Bhayam avahati means brings in fear, brings in danger. Why? What is bhayavaha? Narakadi lakshana. That which takes you to all kinds of scary places in the afterlife. Naraka, hell, etc. Why will one go to hell? Because there is abandoning what one has to do is called the, what is that? Dereliction. Dereliction of duty is a papa karma. That is why it is bhayavaha. It is fraught with all kinds of fears. And then this should have finished. This was a very good place for the third chapter to finish. But it doesn't finish for another 7-8 verses. Why? Arjuna asked the question. Arjuna uvacha atha kena prayuktena papancharati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. So, he says, Arjuna says the following. Oh, we didn't repeat. That's why everybody is looking a little old. Arjuna uvacha atha kena prayuktena papam charati purushaha chammapi varshneya balad. This is all so clear, Krishna. Lord Krishna, this is all so clear. You have explained so beautifully. But yet we find people swerving from their duty. Duty means what? Punya. And others' duty means what? Papa. So, then compelled by what forces does the person do what is not to be done, and the person does not do what is to be done? And if you ask anybody, do you want to commit papa? What will they say? No, universal. Anichannapi, as though even not wanting it. Anichannapi baladiva niyojitaha, as though by force one has been dragged into doing something wrong. Like somebody has been kidnapped and then the kidnapped person is made to commit a theft. That is the feeling here. So I'm not myself. Why? Because I don't want to do papa, but still I'm doing papa. Why? You tell me why. Because I don't want to do papa, I'm still doing papa. So how does it say? It says ayam, we have to add purushaha, ayam purushaha kena prayuktaha, impelled by who or which force. Atha, now, impelled by which force does a person papam charati? Purushaha is purushaha. Same thing. So, papam charati turns to wrongdoing, turns to a life of wrongdoing or commits acts of wrongdoing. Why? Compelled by what? Impelled by what force? Anichannapi. Swayam anichannapi. If by themselves, they don't want to do it at all. He Varshneya. Vrishni is a clan. Varshneya is the descendants of Vrishni, who is the name of what? Lord Krishna. So, another meaning also is there. We'll see that later. So, baladiva niyojitaha, as though it was arranged by the Lord for us to do bad karma. How come we are doing this bad karma? And so this begins the last section of chapter 3, which talks about the causes of wrongdoing and their upaya and their remedies. So from 36 to 43 till the end of the chapter, this last section is there, very interesting. We'll see that tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnasya Purnamadaya Nivavashishyate. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.